Istave Sangavadakramopanishade Gayandiyam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgati Namanasa Shandiyam Yogina Syantam Navidusara Suravana Devaya Tasmi Namaha. We'll start our class today. Now I want you to smell this flower. You just take this side, take this side. Give everybody to smell it. You smell first. Give it to everybody. This side. Do you like the smell of it? Huh? It's very exotic. It's a very special flower. I had brought it a long time back from Orissa. I put it there. Now it has started flowering. The most exotic flower you can see is like Jui. It's like the family of jasmine, but jasmine is too big and too gross. No, I shouldn't say gross. Jasmine is good, but this is. If you smell it, it's very subtle. Now, if I ask you to paint this, draw the picture of this flower. Every one of you can draw it. But can you paint the fragrance of this flower? Everyone can draw the flower. You saw the shape, you can imitate it. You can paint the shape of this flower, but you cannot paint the fragrance of this flower. And the fragrance will be always unknown in a dead painting. The painting is so inert. The painting will never have the fragrance. Gunatita is like that. All the descriptions you are seeing in the book are descriptions of a Gunatita, a wise man. These words have no fragrance. You can paint a wise man. What is your concept of a wise man? That is why Krishna at this stage, Gunatita, when he asked, Kimachara, Kilingaha, what are the ways the person goes about, what are the signs by which I can recognize a wise man, Gunatita, what way he goes around. If he had answered that he sits down in lotus or walks slow, talks Sanskrit, tomorrow there will be millions of charlatans, deceptive people, following that physical attributes, behavior, claiming to be wise, but they remain stupid. That is because if you say, this is how the wise person walks, then millions can imitate that. It is just like this flower. You can paint the picture of this flower, but you can never instill the fragrance into the picture. Now you see the flower, you have already smelt it. So when you see the flower, you have already smelt it. When you see the picture of the flower, please understand, when you see the picture of the flower, you can remember the fragrance of the flower. Are you getting that? When you see the picture, now you shall remember the fragrance. Oh. Because when you say the name, Jui, suppose you said the name, then it reminds you two things. The flower, the shape it has, and the fragrance it has. Both are remembered. Suppose you have never enjoyed the fragrance, you will not understand. When you look at the picture, you may recognize the picture, but you don't enjoy the fragrance, because in the picture there is no fragrance. The one who has understood himself, seen the flower, the shape of the body, seen the physical attributes of this creation, the elements, the physical body, this is the flower, the body flower. Nice little limbs, petals of all kinds. And in this mortal body, there is an immortal fragrance, consciousness, awareness that you are. Gunatita. When you say painting a wise man, you have a photograph to be worshipped. But the wisdom, where does it go? Are you getting that point, please? Where does the wisdom go? You can take the photograph of the person, you call him wise. But the person who, like you have now, I showed you the flower, you smelt it. So any time later on, when you see this flower, you remember the fragrance. That is why a living master. Living master because you see the flower, you enjoy the fragrance of wisdom. When the person is dead, you put the picture of the person, the fragrance of wisdom is not there. Only known people, those who have known him, they see the picture, oh, he was a right person. Fragrance is not there. Thereafter, the rest of the generations will be only worshippers of the dead flower. There shall be no fragrance. That is why in this tradition, living masters, not dead ones. Dead ones are gone. Dead is dead. That person is gone. You can try to create a cult around it. You can do anything you like because that's your business. You force the other people to enjoy the fragrance which they don't understand. It's like the person has never seen he has never seen the flower. What is the question of he is going to enjoy the fragrance of it? You can tell him, oh, when this flower, oh, Swamiji showed it to us, and it was in the garden, it was so exotic. You go crazy about it because you have smelt it. The person to whom you are telling without the flower, but he is seeing only the picture, you cannot talk anything about because he will not understand the fragrance of the flower. So, if the only difference is, please understand, only difference is, here the fragrance belongs to the flower. Whereas the wisdom belongs to you. Therefore, a living teacher can, because a dead teacher cannot point out the fragrance in you. A living teacher can point out the fragrance in you. Once you remember the fragrance in yourself, it becomes easy to spread that fragrance. Why? Because each one helps the other person to enjoy the fragrance of the flower. With this flower gone, the fragrance is dead. With the Guru gone, the wisdom is not dead. The wisdom continues to live with the disciple. Every person. That is why you can remind the other person. A dead man cannot remind. That is why this cult of personal worship, dead gurus, becoming very, very, almost like it has almost accepted a cult proportion. It has become so terrible. Even a living person who doesn't have the wisdom but talks about wisdom is like a plastic flower. The same thing you can same thing here. You can make a nice plastic imitation of this. It looks like a plastic, looks like that. So you say look like a wise man means what? Some dadi, some beard, or some chandan, some vibhuti, some ashes, white cloth, agar cloth, red cloth, no cloth, something funny. Then you put it up, then you say, this is this. What is that? It's a plastic flower. But there is no fragrance. That the students have to imagine fragrance. They have to interpret the behavior of this teacher. They have to interpret, oh, he's very nice, he's very kind. By chance he is angry and stupid, he's kind for our sake. He is, angry for our sake, he's jealous for our sake. The whole thing becomes a complete misunderstanding. Please appreciate. That's why living teacher. So just like you cannot write down, describe the fragrance of this flower. You can paint the photograph of this flower. Same thing also, wise man, gunatita. If you say somebody is gunatita, now this physical body, you take the picture that this man is wise man. Body never becomes wise. As when body is not ignorant. Are you getting that point, please? Body is not ignorant. Body is also not, does not become wise. Body is a body in which an ignorant person lives. Are you getting that? In the body, an ignorant person lives. And that ignorant person becomes wise. When you know the I, not recognizing its source, you take the thought to be yourself and therefore extend your identity to the body and the world. It is ignorance. When the same thing, aware of himself as to the meaning of the word I, it becomes wise man, wisdom. So wisdom is not a body. Wisdom is not even a thought. Wisdom is yourself. And the fragrance of immortality, absolute, freedom, happiness, joy, security, name anything you like, nobility, kindness, compassion, amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, arjavam, that straightforwardness, forgiveness, compassion, everything is in full measure in you. How are you going to describe that? It's like tasting the food. The taste is there, but how are you going to describe the taste of something? You cannot describe the taste of it. You cannot describe the smell of a flower, but you can see the flower present. In case of the physical body, just think of it, in case of this physical body, only beauty is, luckily, everybody carries that fragrance. The fragrance of the jasmine or the jui is not in the hibiscus. The smell of the hibiscus is not in the rose. The fragrance of the rose is not in the lotus. Different flowers, different fragrance. Listen carefully. But the fragrance of wisdom is same in all human beings. That is why happiness is something, an universal language. Nobody is less fragrant, more fragrant. Fragrance is same. But what happens is, when it gets mixed up with your individuality, your thoughts, your ideas, then it looks little ugly. Fragrance is uncontaminated, eternally same. But when it comes through your individuality, it little gets muffled up as the veiled. That is why, in spite of your stupidity, the wise man accepts you. Becomes so, you understand, your acceptance of everybody becomes easy because of your understanding of yourself, who you are. Understand? It's very important, very important. You see yourself very clearly because this is the fragrance you enjoy. Now, if you carry the flower, how will you like, sir? Please, you carry the flower, but do not enjoy the fragrance. Now, physically, understand, each one of us carrying that immortal fragrance, yet we are not able to enjoy it. Why? Just like, think of this flower. Go to that plant, you will see. When this flower is in the shape of a bud, no fragrance. It is a bud, no fragrance. It must naturally open. If you also pluck the bud and force it open, there will be no fragrance. Naturally it must open in its time. Here also, everybody is potentially gunatita, sthita prajna, wise man. The fragrance of the immortality is potential in all people. But as a child, we are like a bud, little flower buds. The trouble is, when you are accepting that individuality, accepting means as you are growing up, individuality is an artificial opening of the absolute. I use the word I, are you getting that point? But it brings stink, not the fragrance of wisdom. Please see that. Are you getting that point? You say, just I'm trying to give you a natural imagery. It's exact like that. Because without knowing who you are, already you are using the word I. It is artificial usage. Without knowing who you are already started using the word I. That is why there is so much of stink. Understand? Natural fragrance will come when this ignorance-based individuality opens up. Individual must be aware of himself. And then it is solid fragrance. So much of fragrance. Think, in the night you have been roaming about in the ashram. When you are enjoying the fragrance all over, do you remember the trees? Do you remember the flower? Do you remember the bird? You don't remember anything. Only you are intoxicated by the fragrance. The flower is not remembered. The plants are not remembered. Nothing is remembered. When you are intoxicated by the fragrance of your being, I thought is not remembered. Sense organs not remembered. Other thoughts are not remembered. Body is not remembered. Nothing matters anymore. Why? All immortality alone. That principle is so inherent in and through this creation. Same reality everywhere. Fragrance. Such a person known as the Gunatita. So, we'll see that now. Please read. When Arjuna asked this question, O Lord, who is this Gunatita? Just read. I'll explain it a little more. Please see that. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Prakasham cha pravrittim cha Mohameva cha Pandava Nadveshti sampravruttani Nanivruttani kankshati Udasina vadasina Guneriyo na vichalyate Guna vartanta ityeva Yovatisthati nengate Udasina vadasina Guneriyo na vichalyate Guna vartanta ityeva Yovatisthati nangate. Just see that, how nice it is. It's just like the flower. From seeing the flower, understand, by seeing the flower, you don't enjoy the fragrance. Only if you smell it. By seeing a person, how do you enjoy the wisdom of the person? Your nose will also not work. It is not the physical smell of the Absolute. Your mind must be sharp. To enjoy the fragrance of the wisdom, your mind must be sharp. And what you shall see? Not the physical body, but the wisdom. Two things. So how do you see a wise man? Are you getting that point, please? People go to see the wise man, darshan. In Sanskrit, it's a very beautiful word, darshana. Everybody says, Swamiji, I want to come to have your darshan. I want to have a darshan of God, darshan. In Sanskrit also, philosophy is, what is philosophy? In English, philosophy word, in Sanskrit, darshana shastra. Can you believe? In English, what you call philosophy, in Sanskrit it is known as darshana shastra. Darshana shastra means where you see things as it is. Darshana. Seeing is philosophy. Seeing things as it is. So darshana does not mean, when you see, that is why it's not negative, sort of physical perception, darshan. I see the flower. Seeing the flower is not enjoying the fragrance. Seeing the food is not enjoying the taste. So you see the flower, but you must enjoy the fragrance. You see the food, you must enjoy the taste. So that is the darshan. So darshana, when you say, when you see yourself as you are, darshana. You want to see God? See yourself. You want to see the Guru? See yourself. Anything you want to see, first you must see yourself. Listen carefully. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Can you enjoy? Think, please think, make it so lovely and simple. I was coming out, I was stunned by this idea. When do you say this? Please take it. When do you say this flower is, wow? When do you say that? If it makes you intoxicated, suppose you take it, oh, why? It makes you intoxicated. Wow, it's so beautiful. Suppose you listen carefully. You smell something and it stinks. Will you say, wow? Huh? You take it and it stinks. What do you say? Why? Because it gives you a bad feeling. So when you say it is bad, you know what you are talking? You are not comfortable. A person who makes you feel comfortable is always liked by you. Takes you to yourself. A person who makes you feel uncomfortable, you say the fellow is a rascal. Why? Makes you feel uncomfortable. Do you understand what you are judging? You are not judging the person. You are always looking from yourself. If anything makes me feel good, nice. If it makes me feel bad, it's terrible. Listen carefully. This is a trap. Why? Because suppose you have got some pet ideas. Whoever makes you to say, makes you agrees with you, you shall feel good. That doesn't make you wise. That make you to helps you to continue to be stupid. With the other person who disagrees with you creates a agitation inside you. You don't like it. That is why you must know yourself, who you are, so that you don't get affected by both. But ordinarily, just before getting into the too subtle and complicated idea of it, or very simple idea of it, simple thing you please perceive. Any time when you eat the food, suppose it's very hot, what do you say? When it is, you feel uncomfortable, your tongue is burning, your eyes are watering, your nose is watering, you feel uncomfortable. What shall you say? How is that food? Poison. You eat a food, nice sweet, taste is good, smell is good. What do you say? You feel comfortable. What do you say? Very sweet. What does it mean? Every time you are giving your judgment according to how you feel. That is why a true judge is an unbiased judge. Why do they put a father out of the bench? Even suppose a court case has come up, and the father is a justice there, the father will be removed. Why? Because the person is already colored, already too kind about the child. Miss Universe contest, Mr. Universe contest, music contest. Your nationality people will not be put there. If the Indians are there, they will give it to the Indian girl. If American there, they put an American. Unconsciously one soft corner comes up, biased consideration. Therefore, usually, if you want to be a perfect judge, you must be unbiased. Are you getting that point? If it is so, if you want to be the perfect judge of the perception, sensation of every kind, your body, mind, creation, whole life, you must be an unbiased judge. To be an unbiased judge, you cannot be with any role. If you not to be with any role, you must be yourself. Udasina, vadasina, then only. Because suppose you say, instead of being yourself, suppose you say, I like sweet. Suppose you have got an idea, you unconsciously get involved with an idea, I like sweet. Okay? So, the moment you see the sweet, you perk up. Oh, very nice dinner. Suppose there is no sweet. What type of food they are giving here? There is no sweet. That is food. That it is food is forgotten. Because I like sweet, sweet must be there. Or you don't like sweet, suppose you are already diabetic. You are diabetic. Therefore, you should not eat sweet. And therefore, in extension, nobody should eat sweet. Suppose there are too many sweets. What is it? Too many sweets are given here. Hey, your days are over. Why are you complaining? How did you become so sweet? Think of it. How did you become so sweet? Because you have been eating it. So now that you are too sweet, you want others not to eat sweet, right? Just see that judgment. Your judgment gets biased. If you react, understand, if you react to anything, if something creates unhappiness in you, you shall condemn everything as miserable. If something creates a good feeling in you, you think everything is fine. appreciate. That is where the teaching becomes a victim. When you go to listen what you want to listen, you are cheated. When you want to be told what you already know, you are cheated, because you feel like, yeah, I am the body, I want the sensation, I love the sensation. Then somebody says, hug everybody, touch everybody, dance with everybody, everything free. The right thing, the best thing. Other person, nothing doing. You have to see it yourself. No dependence on anything or anybody. It's too rigid. Too rigid. It's no good. Why? Who is passing that judgment? Are you getting that point, please? Individuality comes up. So, if you look at this creation, you shall see Mahadeva, even to enjoy the fragrance of the flower, to enjoy the fragrance of the flower. When you enjoy it, what does it mean? At that time you are one with the enjoyment. You smell it? So good, beautiful. If it gives you stink, it's useless. Why? Because it makes you like that. It is useless. As even the flower, listen carefully, as even the flower, vegetable, a person. A person who makes you feel good, what do you say? Wonderful. One who makes you feel conflict-ridden, complexes comes up, conflict comes up, fear, anxiety comes up, you don't like that person. Why? Because I don't like to be afraid. And therefore, many people, listen carefully, many people can give you false hope, false promises to make you feel good. Then you are exploited. Nothing to replace the wisdom, where you are happy for your sake, comfortable for your sake, secured for your sake, loving for your sake. You love because you are the love itself. You are happy because you are the happiness itself. You are secured because you are the security itself. You are important because you are the importance itself. That is the teaching. Rest is cheating. Hold your nose, deep breath, hold it, Shambhavi Mudra. So for 2 minutes, then you mean to say your whole life is to put your tongue twist and put it on the top and look at everybody with half closed eyes? You go nuts. Or somebody tells you, hug somebody, touch somebody. What is this? Anything that induces little comfort, anything that induces a little comfort shall be cause of your unhappiness, because when it ceases to induce that comfort. Suppose you're holding the nose, I feel comfortable. Standing on my head, I feel comfortable. Worshipping something, I feel comfortable. Listening to music, I feel comfortable. Talking to a friend, I feel comfortable. Being with a person, I feel comfortable. Hugging somebody, I feel comfortable. Eating something, I feel comfortable. And if you consider that as the wisdom, when you can't eat, can't be with the person, can't hug, can't smell, experience things, what will happen? No sensation. What will you do? That is why religion becomes a dangerous occupation when it provides what they call as the experiences which are comforting experiences, just like comfort food. More children, most people like to eat comfort food, not the healthy food, comfort food. Whatever is, sweet, comfortable, I like it, comfort food. Just like physical body, mentally also, most people want comfort food, comfort practices, comfort religion. Why? So that will also be very comforting. Hey, you can eat chicken, you can kill anybody, you can drink whatever you like, but you are the holiness itself. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. You can be once in a while angry also, doesn't matter. You can do anything like, but still you are holy. Why? You just tell God, I'm sorry. That's enough. Everything is enough. Or you feel bad that I should not have done it. That's also okay. You understand? It becomes so dangerous. In the name of a philosophy, in the name of a teacher, in the name of a tradition, you cannot give a sanction to weaknesses. You be strong and you choose. Like a person one day, he was always talking to some nice man or woman, doesn't matter whichever language you like, it's a human relationship, he was talking to beautiful girls. So he was a monk. Then his superior one day asked him, come here, explain your behavior. Okay? You can take it in any way you like. Okay? So, the superior asked the junior monk, come here, explain your behavior. How come you are always trying to find out somebody? Then he said, sir, it is better to be set on God while talking to beautiful men or women than to be with God and think of beautiful men and women. Are you getting that? It's better to be set on God while talking to nice men or women than to worship God and the mind is set on men or women. It's a very irresponsible statement. Most people do that. Lifestyle is worshipping God. Brain is, mind is somewhere. Lifestyle is sitting down meditation. And what are you meditating upon? Of course, nobody can see. You are sitting down and eyes closed, everybody can see. What you are thinking about, only if others can see, it will be such a wonderful thing. You yourself see it and you don't like it. But if you understand what it is, of course, a different thing altogether. So teaching is something, not what you like to listen, but what it is. But most people, just like today, wellness is a big thing. Wellness. Wellness means how to be happy. I had been to Australia. They were making a happiness conference. It is going, international happiness conference. 3rd year, 4th year already. If anybody should talk about happiness, who should talk about it? The person who is happy. One who really understands these things. First time when I came across this idea, I said, oh, it's very good. Then the persons who know me, Swamiji, why don't you come and address that conference? I said, what? Self-invited or what? The people who are organizing, they should invite. They should let us know. We'll go. What is there? Then the executives, 1 or 2 of them, they said, okay, this session is full. Next session we can try to think. And I was going to a particular country. Then he said, and asked the person, you come and listen to Swamiji. And they came to the audience. I didn't know they are in audience either. Even if audience they are in audience, it would not have made any difference. I was going to talk on happiness that day. And it was a full blast, as usual. You know, there's a full blast. Happiness means, if there is a reason for your happiness, you are not a happy man. There is a reason for your love, you are not a loving person. Because in the absence of the reason, you shall be unhappy. So you cannot sell happiness. You cannot do anything to be happy. Because by doing something, if you are happy, you will be miserable if you are not allowed to do it. If you are happy to do something, it's a different game. If you are happy to do something, even if you don't do something, still you are happy, because in the beginning you are happiness. If you are happy not to do something, makes no difference. But by not doing something you are happy, if you are forced to do it, what will you do? You will be unhappy. But if you are happy to do and you are happy not to do, your life is fantastic. To happy to have, happy not to have. Now these people totally freaked out. Totally freaked out. Because they have happiness mug, happiness shirt, happiness music, all well-being, you know. So how will you sell it? One strong message, your shop is closed. I'm not telling you a joke. And that is happiness conference. Happiness conference means such conferences of happiness where they conclude that happiness is drinking Coca-Cola. Suppose Coca-Cola supports it, so happiness is drinking Coca-Cola. That will be there. Reebok, happiness is running with Reebok. Or happiness is putting on this TV or putting in talking in Nokia. And the people who have sponsored your conference, you cannot say there is no happiness in that shoes or in the goggles. Versace will do that. You think other people will do that? So that much for the conference. You understand that point, please? You cannot tell things to please somebody. Please. Observe, observe, observe. When you are being, anytime you say, this fragrance makes me happy, at that moment you are happy with yourself. It makes you unhappy, makes you feel uncomfortable. Oh, this is bad. Now, can you stop judging the world like that? Udasina, vadasina. Be a udasina. Udasina means not indifferent, but unbiased. There is a huge difference between indifference. In English, indifference is a negative trait. They try to put it up in some way. Understand? It's not indifference. It is unbiased. Unbiased perception. There is no bias. There is no... It is unbiased. The thing is good because it gives me happiness. The thing is not bad because it gives me unhappiness. No. The bitter gourd may make me... Maybe I am uncomfortable with bitter gourd. That does not mean bitter gourd is bad. You know? Bitter gourd is not... Understand this point. Unbitter, you know, the biased, when you say bitter gourd, it is not... it is bitter, it's not bad because I don't like it. This is bitter gourd. So what? That is how bitter gourd is. Why? It helps in somebody, it helps somebody to have a good health. Sugar, good or bad, doesn't matter. If it is good for somebody, it's good. Good for me, fine. Bad for somebody, bad for somebody. See, you accept things exactly as they are. Unbiased statements, unbiased. Neither this way nor that way. As it is beautiful. Everything as it is, wonderful. That's why udasina, completely not indifferent to things, but unbiased. Now, look at it. Suppose you start passing a judgment, listen carefully. When you are, suppose there is an anger in you, and you are, that time somebody asks you, how was the music? Ah, stupid. Why? You are angry. When you are angry, can you give an unbiased opinion? You are angry with the artist. You are angry with the musician. You are angry with the people. And then they asked you an unbiased opinion. How does he sing? He is stupid. Why? Because your anger is there inside you. You cannot give an unbiased statement. Whomsoever. The other day, there is another ashram here. Just take an example, another ashram here. So somebody asked in that ashram, do you know Suddhananda's ashram here? Suddhananda's ashram, I have not seen. Tiruvannamalai. Suppose a person is asked, did you see there is a Suddhananda ashram here? The man says, no, I don't know. That person lives here for last 10 years. At least once he must have gone Girivalam. If once you go Girivalam, you cannot miss it. Why does the person say that? Either jealousy or angry or something somewhere. Unhappiness, something somewhere. So if somebody asks, have you seen the ashram? No, I don't know. So that statement is a biased, unbiased, totally biased statement. Another person, suppose he has taken 10,000 rupees from us. He has not shared wisdom. He has taken 10,000 rupees. Somebody asks him, how is that Swami? Great man. What does he teach? Doesn't matter. He is great. Why? You go. He won't say he has taken 10,000. Did you share the wisdom and therefore telling he is a great person? What wisdom? He has no he has no interest in sharing wisdom. He has taken 10,000 rupees. Therefore, oh, he is great. Biased. Both way. Are you getting that point, please? Both way. Somebody, that is why when you are with your moods, you cannot afford to pass judgment. When you are angry, don't comment. Listen carefully. Mahadeva. It's not about somebody, it is about yourself. When you are angry, you will find it difficult to be with yourself. Why? Yourself is an unbiased existence. Why people find it difficult? With an angry mind, frustrated mind, jealous mind, infatuated mind, frustrated mind, to be with themselves, because yourself is an unbiased existence. When your mind is preoccupied already with seething with anger, jealousy, hatred, pain, it doesn't understand the unbiased existence. Please appreciate. Udasina badasina. Just like, as I give you that example, you see this flower, you can never enjoy the fragrance by looking at it. You smell it. And then, after enjoying the fragrance, you can paint the flower, but you cannot paint the fragrance. After enjoying the company of the wise, listen carefully first, after enjoying the company of the wise, you can paint his or her picture, but you cannot paint his wisdom. Listen carefully. You cannot paint his wisdom. If you paint his wisdom, it will be a word painting, different from the physical body. Because physical body is one painting, which has no fragrance. Word painting, she is nice, he is kind, he is unbiased. Udasina, badasina, gunebhyo vichalat. You can say he is like udasina and tulya ninda stuti mauni, same in whether it is censured or is praised. These are word pictures. But that word picture also will have no fragrance. To have that, enjoy that fragrance, you must enjoy the fragrance in yourself. To enjoy the, listen carefully, as I told you, to enjoy the fragrance, you smell it. And once you enjoy the fragrance, even if the flower is just shown as a picture, you remember the fragrance. If you know the person, the moment you see the picture, the fragrance comes up. Listen carefully. As long as you consider the fragrance is in the individual, again that is not the right one. You will forget it. After some time, another expression comes, this fragrance will be forgotten, the stink is remembered. But that moment, when you are enjoying the fragrance, the teaching from the person, if you remember yourself who you are, you shall enjoy the eternal fragrance. Because every person is a beautiful flower with the immortal fragrance. That is wisdom. Gunatita. That is why a living teacher. Living teacher. Worshipping a dead man's photo, you can do that for respect, but a dead person cannot teach you. Sometimes, people try to become mystical. So I was in a dream, I was instructed. Some people take it too seriously. Please understand, if you observe, how much can I tell you? Yesterday I was traveling, one idea came, I'll share with you. Look at this creation. 3 things you have seen, no? 3 gunas. What are they? Sattva, Rajas, Tamoguna. Okay. Please see the experiences, our life. It will be so beautiful. You can connect it up. Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Okay. Now we can say 3 aspects of life also. Let us say. Just so many things you can, few similarities. Mind was overworking on it. I'll share it with you. Like, first take space. Already I have given that example, but take it. Space. And then you take 3 seasons. Summer, rain, winter. The space is like Gunatita. The summer, bright sunshine, Sattva. Activity without which earth cannot be sustained, rain. And in winter, tamasic, dark, all shades, all leaves gone, the trees are grey, but the life is potential. 3, okay? Now come to your body. Gross body, subtle body, causal body. Again, the causal body, tamas. In causal body, tamas, darkness, ignorance. Subtle body, rajas, activity. The gross body with which knowledge takes place, complete. Are you getting that? Other than the 3 bodies, consciousness, see this principle, how is inherent everywhere. Just like summer, rain, winter, space. Gross body, subtle body, causal body. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, then bodiless awareness. Okay? Next. Waking, dream, deep sleep. Waking is knowledge. Sattva. Are you getting that? In waking state, knowledge takes place. Knowledge. Not only knowledge, everything is there. But dominantly, knowledge takes place. Dream state is pure activity. You are not gathering knowledge in your dream. Pure activity. Whatever you have seen, heard, tasted, touched, smelt, Jagrata avasthayam, yadrushtam, yasrutam, tajjanita vasanaya, nidra samaya yat prapancha pratiyati. Whatever you have heard, seen, touched, tasted, impressions you have gathered, from those impressions, another world is projected in the dream. Pure activity. That is why in dream you cannot get knowledge. Some extraordinary perception always there. Extraordinary. Don't take exception as a rule. Like there are some people they have seen in your own country, forget so many other places, Ramanuja, the great mathematician. In his dream, he was dreaming the Kuladaivam, the mother deity, which is their family deity, appearing in the dream and giving him the mathematical formulas. Getting up, he was just writing it down. Doesn't know how to arrive at it. Even now the mathematicians are not able to arrive at it, but such great equations. Sometimes it may happen, but don't make that one exception as a rule. Dream state is pure activity. Just goes on. Now there's a flood, there's a cyclone, you are floating, dying, moving, jumping, dancing, feeding, starving, all nonsense goes on without any control. And then deep sleep state is tamas. So thus you can see ultimately yourself again, where there is no waking, no dream, no sleep. No waking, no dream, no sleep. Your self-awareness. Thus you can see universe, the whole existence based on this principle. Even sometimes you can see, in your waking state itself, you can see all the three. Sometimes you are very bright, sometimes you are restless, sometimes you are sleepy. In the waking state itself, all the three things are there. And in the waking state itself also, absolute wisdom, only in the waking state. Are you getting that? Only in the waking state, you can be sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, also free from guna, nirguna parabrahma. You can be one with the consciousness. So the principle is so inherent everywhere. Any language, that is why when you understand truth, every moment you can remember yourself. There is no such thing as a special moment of enlightenment. Any moment, anything. From a flower you can go there. From a drop of water you can go there. From a laughter you can go there. From a crying you can go there. From anything you can go to the absolute level. No problem at all. Just like this peacock now. See, so sweet. The classes are going on, everything is right. But here is an exotic animal, comes, walks in. Did you invite it? It just comes in. You sit down quietly. One exotic idea comes in. Did you invite? There is no such thing which you cannot relate in absolute wisdom. Are you getting that point, please? There is no such thing. You can look at the nature, look at your body, your perception, sensation, anywhere. You can see that. So, please understand, there is a huge difference in that udasina, vadasina, udasina, vat asina. Like a person who is unbiased but not indifferent. Ask yourself the question, are you unbiased, biased, or indifferent? Unbiased means no preoccupations, no preconditions, unbiased. When you are collecting sample for taste, you are suppose collecting blood sample for taste. A test tube which is already used, will you use it? Why? Biased. You want to taste, you are a wine taster, the top guys, top guys, this is where really they use their tongue. You want wine taster, you take some nice sweet and then take wine to taste. Eat some nice Indian pickle and takes that, pickle has no taste at all, absolutely. Huh? Will you do that? If you want to, are you getting that point? When you want to taste, why? Your tongue must be absolutely clean. If it is not absolutely clean, biased taste. Even to say, listen, to taste is different and unbiased taste is different. Suppose to taste, I want to eat rasgulla, how tasty it is, I eat. Suppose, listen carefully. If you take already too sweet thing and take the rasgulla, how will it be? It's not so sweet. Okay. You take little pickle and taste it, oh, it's very nice. Both are biased statement. Like when you are miserable, a little comfort from somebody, he is such a great man. She is so nice. Why? You are so miserable. That is why immediately after divorce usually. Divorce means any type of a deep relationship. Immediately after a deep relationship, everybody looks exotic or everybody looks devilish. Because your heart is just burnt. just burnt. You hate every man's sight, you hate every woman's sight. And that time, suppose you are very upset and somebody is a little kind. What do you say? My soulmate. Little kind. Or somebody is a little angry. Devils. Why? Your head is already full of it. You understand? Both. So even very simple incidents will appear very exotic in the background of your being burnt inside, wounded inside. You have denied yourself many things somewhere in a mountain or something, and you are desperate to come back to life. You come back, even the first singada, your first aloo chop, your first biscuit, your tea and biscuit you didn't take for 1 year. You did not take any biscuit or any sweet meat or any fried things for 1 year. But you are going like that crazy. First thing, whatever you eat, how to happen? Oh, the story goes about Buddha also. The story goes about Buddha when he was fasting for a long time. And he broke his fast by eating pork. Because somebody gave him that. So many Buddhists take the sanction from that. Since he ate that, so he also eat this. So Viksha also they collect. In Malaysia, Thailand, if you go, when Buddhist monks go for Viksha, and they can get chicken on the pot also. No problem. Because Buddha ate. Hey look, whether he ate or not ate, did I see? Did I see? No. Did you see? No. Some people tell. So no, it is false. Okay, it's false. How does it matter? An example. Anything, suppose you have denied something, it will be very exotic. That is why unbiased judgment is not possible. So in you, if there is a sense of denial, your judgment is useless. If in you there is a sense of suffering, your judgment is useless. In you there is a sense of indulgence, again your judgment is useless. For unbiased statement, you should be yourself with no role whatsoever. Gunairapina vichalyate udasina vadasina gunai. And when shall you know you are totally unbiased? Gunaihi na vichalyate. Summer comes, space is not scorched. Rain comes, space is not drenched. Winter comes, space is not frozen. Like that. Beautiful thoughts come, you are not excited about it. Restlessness comes, least restless. Total laziness comes in, totally unaffected. Then use whichever one you like. Are you getting that? It's not the negation, please understand. It's not the negation. That is why you cannot look down upon yourself. I think Swami, I have got only miserable thoughts in my head. That's good. That's a nice mind. Right? Yes, how many people have got only miserable thoughts? But I am always sleepy, You are exciting, See, you can be sleepy as long as you don't sleep. Sleepiness doesn't matter. So many miserable thoughts, let it be there. Why? You have made a habit out of it. Change. Be yourself, it will forget. When you are involved to push it, it continues. You be yourself and see what happens. Even good thought comes. Oh, the person is proud. I have absolute no problem, no negative thoughts, nothing. That means you are a superior being to others, right? That will be your destruction. The moment you consider yourself, you are a very superior being, suddenly everybody is inferior, you can't be friendly with anybody, you can't talk to anybody because you are superior, you see. The sense of superiority can be as dangerous as the sense of inferiority. Oh, this fellow doesn't understand. Always miserable. He is a restless fellow. And no, the moment, please appreciate this statement, as they say, do not judge and be judged. The moment you start giving out thus wonderful judgments about others, you cannot remain unjudged by yourself. Too much of eating, listen carefully, too much of eating. One day you eat one more, your mind will say, you are also eating. Oh, yo. And you don't like it. Understand? The moment you start seeing only people's mistake, listen carefully. Who wants to see mistakes? So that you feel comfortable with your mistake. It's a very peculiar psychology. That person is sleeping. Why can't I sleep? You understand? The moment you... Why people try to find, listen please, why people try to find some dirt in a best man's life? Because they're uncomfortable with a best person, uncomfortable with a nice person. If they can find some loophole, then they can justify. Oh, she does it. Oh, you worship him as a good person. That man drinks, That means what? I can do anything. So you desperate. Understand, it is such a stupid psychology. You are desperate to find out a loophole. But the moment you find out that person drinks or smokes or womanizes or manizes, language, whatever you like, the person is like this, then what do you feel? So, I can get a sanction. So, whomsoever other people who hold an high esteem, try to find mistake there only. Then you feel very comfortable. That is the height of cynicism and what they call perversion. Total perversion. Why? Because for you to get a sanction for your weakness, you must find a weakness in the other person. Like, hey, why don't you read Bhagavad Gita? Who gave Bhagavad Gita? Krishna. 8 wives. Finished. Finished. 16,000 gopis he was hanging around. That man talks. You know only that side of it. All mistakes have taken care. You see, other religious people or the non-believers, you ask them about Krishna, what will they say? How he is nutty, how he is stupid, hanging around with this, hanging around with that, dancing with this, dancing with that things. Bhagavad Gita, it's like house fly, sits on only dirt. Beautiful flower, rose you put, with the flies you will go. Look at the lovely roses here. Have you seen one fly sitting down there? But put a cow dung, all the flies will be around. There are some people who are honeybee. They see the guna. There are some people who are E. E means the fly. They see only the mistakes. Why? So that, who sees the mistake? The person who is full of mistakes. So that he feels comfortable. After that fellow can do it, why? Understand? A person who is miserable will like to see there is misery everywhere. Why? So that he feels comfortable. After all, I am not the only one miserable, Everybody else is miserable. Alcoholic Anonymous means what? Everybody is an alcoholic. So you feel comfortable. I am not the only one. Yes, in the group there is a... That is a good thing because after all, everybody is... I am not the only one. Others are also like that. If they can be cured, why can't I be? That's a beautiful attitude. Smoking Anonymous. Smokers Anonymous. Suppose the smoker, I am helpless, others are smoking. Oh God, if they can get out, if one can get out, why can't I get out? That way. So same thing, why should not create angry Anonymous, hatred Anonymous, jealousy Anonymous, infatuation Anonymous? Create clubs. I am angry, always angry. Hey, you are not the only one, everybody else is. Appa, all right. So, you see in other people the weakness so that you can get out of it. But the perversion is, you try to find dosha in a guna, you find out, you want to see limitation in limitless. You try to see a mistake in the flawless, so that you give a sanction to your flaw. Ayyo, that is where you are destroyed. What he has achieved, forgotten. But what is insignificant, you highlight. What is insignificant? How many times he became angry? Once. But that you highlight throughout. He has been very kind throughout the life. Totally indifferent to it. That is not an unbiased statement. Are you getting that point? Biased. Why you are biased? Because you are stuck on a role. Who is biased? One who, if you are stuck on a role, you are biased. You are angry, you are hateful, you are jealous, you are selfish. Then your judgment also will be from that standpoint. Understand? So please see, so beautiful. Gunatita. Abba, you are first free in yourself. Gunairiyano vichalite. Gunavartante ityeva. Yo avatishtati na ingade. Ya avatishtati. What? He exists. How? Guna vartanti ityeva. All actions are triggered by guna. I do not give it a sanction. I am just aware. Now it is sattva, now it is rajas, now it is tamas. Okay. Now you know which one to act on, when to act on, when not to act on. You become a tremendous personality. Understand? Please, don't take it literally. Where is a vasana kshaya? Like vasanas must be removed. Gunas, tamo guna must go. Tamo must, give it to rajas. Rajas must be given place to sattva. Sattva must go to Brahman and be the Brahman. What about three gunas? Gone. That will never happen. Sattva will sattva, rajas will rajas, tamas is tamas, waking is waking, dream is dream, sleep is sleep. But you, kirpaku puratraye kridati yascha jiva tatastu jatam sakalam vichitram, Kaivalya Upanishad. It's so beautiful. Puratraye kridati yascha jiva. That susupti, that Jagrat, Swapna, Susupti. In all the three things, one thing is playing about. Same thing through Gunatraye, Kridati Yascha Jiva. One who is playing about in the fields of experiences of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Na ingate, never trembles. The language, na ingate. Ingate means, like, Yathavato nivatastha neingate sopamasmada. How is the mind of the wise man? The flame protected all sides from the breeze. How? Na ingate. The flame doesn't shake. Steady. That steady is the wise man. Happy with himself. In spite of breeze of sense organs, senses, gunas, waking, dream, deep sleep, not in the absence of it. So being in meditation is not absence of a thought, absence of vasana, absence of impression, absence of guna, but in spite of the creation, in spite of perception, in spite of guna. What shall I say? You take it. Okay? Such a person, how he lives in the world, read. Samadukha sukha swastha Samaloshtasma kanchana Tulya priya priyo dhira Tulya nindatma sanstutihi Manapamanayor tulya Tulyo mitrari pakshayo Sarvarambha parityagi Gunatita sa uchyate Sama dukkha sukha swastah Samalostasma kanjanah Tulya priya priyo dhirah Tulya nindatma sanstutihi Manapamanayostulya Tulya mitrari pakshayo Sarvarambha parityagi Gunatita sayuchyate. Beautiful. All these things you know by now, you can explain, understand. But see it. As I told you, that fragrance, seeing the flower is not enjoying the fragrance. Seeing a person is not enjoying the wisdom. To enjoy the fragrance, you see it, you experience it, you see it clearly for yourself. And then you are excited. Oh, same way, when you come in looking at a person, you don't know he's a gunatita. You come at the fragrance of the individual. How do you enjoy the fragrance of wisdom? Yourself being wise. Just like when you smell the fragrance, oh, it changes you. Oh. It's a clear example. Oh, beautiful. You see, the moment you take it, did you remember the smell of it or no? Ah. Why? Because you are so beautiful now. Oh, so nice. Why it is so nice? Because I am so nice. Chili? Devil? Why? What happened? You become hot. Are you getting that point, please? How nature has beautiful arrangement. And all the time, naturally you are with yourself. Look at the beautiful mountain. Ah, so beautiful. Sunset. Cloud. Rain. The food. A nice person. Kind, compassionate. A beautiful man or woman. Kind, nice, beautiful. Just the form itself strikes you. Now, ugliness comes out of it. Suppose the form strikes you. Listen, form strikes you. Beautiful flower. So struck by it, you go for it. Stinks. What do you say? Why? Because it makes you crazy. Enjoy it? Oh, beautiful. A man or woman like that. Lovely person strikes you. So nice that man is. So nice that woman is. Okay, go a little nearer. Ayayyo. No. I hate everything. Why? Because I hate myself now. Do you understand? So, will you be a person to be thus hated and loved like that? No, you be a person. Are you getting that point? At that moment, why do you like a person? Because you are in love with yourself. Why do you like that? In that person's presence, you love yourself. That is why you love the person. So in somebody's presence, you hate yourself. Will you love the person? Think. In whose presence you are so inconvenienced, will you love that person? I like that man. Why? In his presence or in her presence, I am always angry, always upset, always jealous, crying, miserable. I love that man or woman. Anybody? But in the presence of that man, in the presence of the woman, so nice. I love sweet. Why? I feel uncomfortable when I eat it. Is it so? Think. I love that music. Why? Whenever I listen to that music, I hate myself. Is there anybody? Why do you say you love that music? It makes me so I love that man or woman. I love that thing. Why? It makes me like that. So the whole creation is geared towards making me myself. Your moments of desperation, anger, hatred is so rare. Please take note and see for yourself. You highlight moment of anger, that is why other moments are forgotten. Man has a tendency to highlight only the angry moment, jealous moment, unhappy moment. Throughout the day, imagine, you are in your room, or you are coming out, you are not involved with anybody, you are not involved with anything, your room, you do whatever you like to do, you sleep, you get up, you read a book, you don't read a book, you look at something, you don't look at something, look through your window, come out of, see the dog, watch a flower, no problem. You came out, as you are coming out, one person is coming there and you heard, hey, what are you doing? Sleeping. Why are you sleeping all the time? The fellow is rude. Then what do you say? This place is a damned place. Every fellow is rude. Why are they worried? What am I doing? Ayyo, one. The entire day, one. Reading that point, please. So, we are used to highlight wrong things in life. That is why I suffer. Because the whole nature's arrangement is to be with myself all the time, again and again and again. Are you remembering this, please? Unconsciously, do not highlight miseries, pain, anxiety. They come literally far and few between, as they say, very rarely. Here or there, now and sometimes it comes. Understand? So, watch out. Your moments of happiness, always. 8 hours you are being with yourself, deep sleep. You are with yourself, but you don't know. In the waking also, same thing. But what happens? Go on highlighting disagreement, harmony, disharmony, pain. Okay, as a person who knows himself, sukha, samasukha, dukha, swastha, swastha, swasmin tishtati, swastha, swasmin tishtati, who abides in himself. Tasya bhavam swasthya. Swasthya means usually people say health. Swasthya means, see that? Swastha. What is real health of life? When you are with yourself. Swastha, swasmin tishtati, swastha, one who abides in himself. And that bhava is swasthya. The real health is being with yourself. See how beautiful. And when is that? Sama sukha dukkha. Sukha dukkha sama. Pain, pleasure, unnada. Beautiful climate, fantastic. Heavy rain, wonderful. Heavy sunshine, wonderful. Right? What is everything wonderful? What else to do? I am wonderful. Use it. Heavy rain, you can use it. Charge the ground. Sunshine, use it. Organize dance and music in the open air. No. Ordinary people complaining about it. Use it. Not complaining about it. There is nothing to do. Discover something to do. Just enjoy the leisureliness also. Or too many things to do. When will the chance come to do too many things? Why don't you enjoy? And when will it happen? Only you are happy with yourself. Swastha sanne sama sukha dukkha. Everything is wonderful. If everything is wonderful, how the things will improve? Don't worry. If you want to change, change. But without going, climbing a wall for it. Can you change without climbing the wall? Without being too harsh on yourself, can you change? Without being too harsh on others, can you live? Yes. Advaita, we shall see more of it. So, samaloshta, we'll see, afternoon I'll finish it up, okay? Samaloshta asma kanchana, samaloshta asma kanchana. Same way, it accepts everything. What? A clod of earth, loshta, a clod of earth, asma, stone, kanchana, gold. A gold nugget, a stone, or a cloud of earth, just sand. Ella unuda, all one and the same. Why? For my happiness, none of these three contribute. Ornament, gold is okay. House, the stone is okay. Cultivation, clay is okay. Don't say, I like only gold. All right, eat your gold. I like only stonework, sculptures. I like only stone. Where do you think cultivate paddy and eat? I am a man down to earth. I will eat only the cloth. I don't like gold. What about sophisticated instruments also? What about the stones for other things? Hey, three things have their place. Enjoy it. Don't say be down to earth. I'll finish with not a joke. I made that joke. Yesterday, there is a report in the newspaper. Prince Harry, you know, that boy from London. And the second boy of the boy, whatever, he is that anyway, Prince, that he is working in now, he is getting some training in plane and all that, Air Force and all that. So they had gone for a party. One person comes and says, if you kiss me, one man, if you kiss me, I'll give you a beer bottle. I'll purchase a drink for you in the pub. They had gone to pub. So that's a big culture, pub crawling, pub jumping, all that. Anyway, so I'll give you a drink. And of course this man is in a good mood, happy mood, and he just gave him a kiss, just friendly kiss on the cheek he gave him. And this man is so moved. He said, I'm not going to bathe for next 1 month. He's such a nice man, he's so down to earth, you're such a nice, think of it. Now ask that question to yourself. If that person is down to earth, just because you give a kiss, why do you want to be in the heavens when the person, you also be down to earth? No, there is another man. You like the prince to be down to earth, but why do you want to float in the heavens? I'm not talking about the situation now, I'm talking about the people. You appreciate the other person, even though rich, is so down to earth. Then why don't you, if you are already on the earth, why do you want to be in the heavens? So, only when in the heavens, it is another experience you down to earth, right? Understand? It's all because when you become extraordinary yourself, ordinariness becomes a beauty. When you are not extraordinary, ordinariness is a burden. When you are happy with yourself, any situation is a beauty. When you are not happy with yourself, even millions also will not solve your problem. That is why be happy, and then you can be extraordinary, you can be very ordinary. Choice is yours. That is what, like a gunati, samalostasma kanchana. Everything, whether it is a stone, gold, or clay, all one and the same. Okay, more of it we shall finish it in the afternoon, and the class at 4 o'clock. Close your eyes, please.